Hi guys, so I'm here with Benika, who is one half of the Shunammite movement. They're a blog, but they also have a YouTube channel, and I'll put both links down below. We're here to discuss a blog post that they did. So we're here to discuss who should pay for dinner, about the gender roles, feminism, all of that stuff. Like, do you have a hair on your nose?
This is annoying. It was originally Emma Watson, as we all know who she is. We'll put a link to her original, Facebook HQ, the original video, and it really just stemmed from that. She was really going into whether women should be allowed to pay for dinner, but it shouldn't be a thing where she has to, which kind of went against. It really opened up a huge debate.
I don't actually disagree with what she said, you know, which is really funny because we've been discussing this for like an hour.
Her whole thing was women should be allowed to pay for dinner, but it shouldn't have to be a necessity. And it really opened up the debate as whether you can be a feminist and still want to enjoy the perks of being a woman, such as getting your dinner paid, not changing your time.
I really disagree with this, you know. The more of this, and the thing is, it's just dawned on me that
with the blog about it, it was really in response to, it wasn't disagreeing or agreeing with what she said, it was really about, have we really started to understand and talk about the aftermath of what will happen if we was having a total equal world in terms of gender roles. After her interview, it really opened up the debate as to whether the gender roles really could exist in a world after the aftermath of feminism, and we felt like we haven't really understood and taken that in, and it really, we want the equality, but I don't know if we're ready for it.
Do you know what I'm really upset about is that boys are going to watch this video and they're going to... I don't want boys to use this as an excuse and be like, oh, because of feminism, that means that you can pay for a date. Because a lot of boys without feminism wouldn't want to pay for a date anyway because they just don't want to spend their money.
Exactly, but that is what that's the whole point of feminism, the total... So if you want total equality, it can't be in one section. It has to be...
I agree with that.
It has to be an overall
I agree with
thing.
that, but I don't want... I've seen a lot of boys use feminism as a way to accuse girls. If you're feminism, then why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I don't have to do anything because I'm free to do what I want. A lot of people are like, if you believe in feminism, would you propose to your husband or to your fiance? And it's just like, don't use feminism as a way to control my decisions.
Yeah.
Don't, because one, it shows that you don't understand feminism, and two, it's like you're imposing these specific scenarios on someone.
Right.
And I don't think that's what it is about. I get where you're coming from. I just feel like, me personally, I would like a guy to pay on a date.
You would.
Yeah, exactly.
But is that like, if okay, for instance, in the blog we talk about a situation that happened with one of our friends. That
was hilarious.
It was Valentine's Day, and she was offered to go on a date with a guy, and he was like, okay, you pay for dinner, I'll pay for the hotel. And she was kind of like...
Yeah, but he was presumptuous.
No, she was down for that.
Okay,
that was cool.
So the issue
each other was like, why am I paying for anything?
It's
Valentine's Day.
I see what.
And he was kind of like, you know, you pay for the dinner, I pay for the hotel. Obviously, the hotel's going to be much more expensive.
Yeah.
So all of that, and then she thought it was a joke, and then we went to dinner, and he slid the bill to the left, and to the left, and she was shocked. She was shocked, she got upset, and then the next day she asked for her money back.
Okay, I see what because she told me the story before, and I was just like, yeah, well, what's the problem? But now I get it.
You get it. And it really opened up the floodgates as to, are we really, really ready for a total equal world?
Do you know what I think part of the problem for that is? I think Hollywood is slightly to blame, simply because Hollywood and a little bit of chivalry, but I really feel like Hollywood took chivalry, and just went, tush! When you watch stuff like Pretty Woman, you're like, pet, how sweet?
A partner?
And then he goes, I ordered everything on the menu in the morning. What? Like stuff like that. That larger than life. Sorry?
Hated that film.
I love that film. That larger than life gifting romantic gesture, the big romantic gestures is from the films. Obviously, like, you've got all the romantic gestures in all the big films, and I feel like that gasses us.
Yeah, I get you.
And because it's been going on for years, we're like, we expect that in daily life. And you know what? You know what's dawned on me? Like everything else in films, it's not real, and it's usually fairly impossible to have that in real life.
And we really measure our lives up to these things.
Yeah.
And that's the issue.
That's not to say that there aren't guys out there who do that.
Yeah.
Because there are.
Definitely.
But, you know, at this age as well that we're at, We can't really be playing that kind of game.
Yeah, and I think the real thing that we have to think about, and what we are saying as our company and our company ethos behind this, was really, it wasn't a fact of can we live in this world, and we really do push for feminism and push for the equality, because it's injustice at the end of the day. And whether it's racism, equality, transgender, biased, it doesn't matter. If it's inequality, you have to, even a man could be like, I think women should be equal. They're feminist. And I feel like a big part of this,
Hashtag he for she.
Hashtag he for she. The issue is not what will happen, it's about whether we're prepared to. And I feel like the arguments that are happening right now doesn't really reflect the mass of women. It's like,
I agree.
A privileged sort of situation that would not appeal to us.
What's her background? Okay.
I feel like we really are moving away from the point of, like, feminism doesn't have to be like this big complex thing. It's just about what do you believe in, what do you want to happen. And I feel like it's really going to it's being personified, and we're really losing the body of it.
I mean, my issue with Emma Watson and Lena Dunham is that you don't look like me, you don't have the same issues that I face every day, and your type of feminism is not my type of feminism. I actually like Emma Watson. I like most of the stuff she says. My issue is that I don't like how she's being pumped into the media as if she's an advocate for me. I can't relate to her. And that's my issue. Similar issue with Lena Dunham. I don't like one woman standing for everyone. That's not the point. Like, let them talk.
I feel like we've lost the whole point. It's become a public thing. It's not like a body image campaign. It's like a face of feminism. Feminism is a very individual thing. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like we're moving away from that and bringing it back to the blog and everything. It's really about us sitting down and being as realistic as we can, and really understand that in the world that we live in and the structure it is, there's always going to be a sense of patriarchy at this point. And
we're talking about that, and you know, if you're in a car and if your tyre breaks down, who's the one who's expected to change it?
I'm gonna look at my man like, I just did these nails, you better pump the brakes.
It up.
And it's kind of, it's not a fix of like, oh, because he's a man he should do that. It's just like, it's a human nature thing, and I feel like sometimes. But
then that goes back to, it's the roles. I feel like we would instantly think, oh, but I look nice, but he's maybe wearing a nice outfit too.
Which is true, but I feel like for us to say that we're gonna be able to get rid of all of our gender, it's starting to play with human nature.
Feminism obviously stands for liberty and being able to make decisions. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go and check out their blog and their channel and subscribe. And if you like this video, thumbs it up, favourite, and comment below. Tell me what your opinions are on this. This is an open debate. Do you feel like Beyonce isn't a feminist? Do you think men and women should be able to pay on dates?
Do you think that we're ready for the change?